Hello, I'm so happy I got a hold of you. Welcome back to another exciting episode of Lucious Showcase. I am Lucious T, and welcome to the Backlog. So, for the first episode, I thought I would take a look at a game that came out back in September of last year. Within a week of it coming out, I was already hearing that this was Game of the Year / this game was a pile of crap. Sounds like Destiny to me. Let's check it out. Now, I sank a lot of time into the original Destiny. It actually was the first game I ever played on my PS4, mainly because I got the PS4 Destiny bundle. It had the white one. I was really interested in getting it for that reason. All of my friends had PlayStations, so I played with a bunch of buddies, did the Destiny experience, played it for maybe a month and a half, 2 months, got the first expansion, and it clearly is a console MMORPG. Having played 2.5 years of WoW, or not more than that, but having played a lot of WoW, I knew what to expect, and once I got to that progression loop, while yes, it is a lot of fun, I had my fill of it, and even though I was aware of the other expansions, I was done. That was it. I was done playing Destiny. I was on to other things. In fact, that's when I stopped playing modern games, because everything was first-person shooters with RPG elements and grinding and gear. It's still kind of like that, but at least it's gotten better. So, fast forward to now, and Destiny 2 comes out, and I think my good buddy Josh sums it up best when he says, it's just more Destiny. But that's not necessarily a bad thing, because Destiny, like I said, was very fun, a nice, quick-paced progression loop that was always constantly rewarding. Now, Destiny 2 recycles all the same enemies from the original, with the exception of the Taken, which was a DLC-added enemy group in the original. So really, nothing's new. I faced all these enemies before, Hive Knights and Wizards, Fallen Captains and Tanks, Vex Drones and Minions, and the always fun to kill Cabal. Still is just as satisfying as it always was when you get a headshot. Each individual enemy type has a different way of dying, and the Vex have their center headshot, which is just cool. It's good game design. Now, a major gripe of Destiny 1 was the lackluster story. It literally ended with you getting a rifle from this mysterious guardian who had followed you throughout the campaign. It was almost as hollow as Peter Dinklage's Ghost performance. Boy, you're hilarious, my friend. Well, they repaired that big time in Destiny 2. They start off by blowing up the hub world from the first game. A massive Cabal army called the Red Legion come in and wreck house, and attach a drainage device on the Traveler, the big omnipotent god orb. This cuts off all the good guys from the light, which is the kayfabe explanation for how your character respawns after death. The Traveler provides immortality to those it chooses. Well, that all goes to hell, and you spend the majority of the story picking up the pieces of the broken Guardian force. You travel to all new locations that remind you of all the previous Destiny locales, with the exception of the ocean world. Now, you figure out a way to be the only Guardian who receives the light again after a few minutes, and you meet badass humans who lived outside of the light from before, who now are brought into the fold. Although why they would have chosen not to be in the light, or the fact that the Traveler engages in discrimination, is luckily ignored. Now, the villain is more than your typical big bad too. He wants all the Traveler's light for himself, but he seems like he actually wants to be chosen and not take it by force. Now, you are given vignettes with him and the speaker whom he has captured, having conversations, though more just him James Bond-style monologuing. Now, his second-in-command looks hilarious when he talks, and makes you glad they gave the big bad a Sith-like mask. More or less, he wants to take the Traveler's light to then be able to raise an army, much like the Taken King did with the Taken, or so they say. I don't know, I didn't play the Taken King, I'm just guessing. That's kind of what they allude to. There is also a star-killing machine called the Almighty set to explode the sun and destroy our solar system, which leads to some of the best set-piece moments in the game. All in all, marked improvement in storytelling from the first game, although it is tied up neatly in a bow by the end of the campaign, making way for more DLC enemies for the foreseeable future. Though I played for the game solo, I can see the fun this would be with 2 friends. The best part of the last game was playing with friends, and this looks still to be true. There is far more platforming in this game, skill tree progression is thankfully much less complicated, and character abilities have evolved a bit. Now you have a drop shield, and your ultimate now has a uptime and isn't just a one-use charge. Now, I especially like that my old character from Destiny 1 was available to me at the start, and it even recalled memories of me beating the Vault of Glass and Crota's End. The whole first part of the game was a nostalgic trip, and I had several flashback moments of playing the game years ago as I made my way to level 20. But like I said, it's just more Destiny. Armor equals skill, enemies are bullet sponges, and winning by spawn zerging is still the norm. Now, gun types are all the same, with the sword being the only new thing I've noticed. I still prefer my auto rifles and pulse rifles, though I did enjoy a scout rifle or two. The Crucible is just as fun as it always was. You can exploit dumb AI and defeat things you shouldn't with patience and luck. And the Captain America Titan Ultimate is awesome. The prolonged ultimates in general is the only significant combat change I noticed, and boy is it fun. Especially missions where it gives you tons of free ultimates. Vehicle combat is peppered in nicely, and although the worlds were already showing retread fatigue, I did appreciate the subtle changes and lack of heading to orbit between each mission and stuff like that. Now, I did not dabble in any of the endgame content. I didn't do anything with the modifications or any of the customizations. I didn't do any of the strikes. And yes, I know the overwhelming time sink this game is reared its head, and I heartily stepped aside. But I have little doubt that if you only want to play one game and you love first-person shooters, you can't find a better option. With all that in mind, guys, I give this my Lucious T rating of Play It. And there you have it, guys. That's it for this week. I hope you enjoyed this first episode of the Backlog. Look forward to more of these because I got a lot of games that I want to play. And unfortunately, a lot of them are really long, too. I don't imagine how I'll be able to do Witcher 3, Undertale, Xenoblade X. Oh my god, so many games, so little time. Well, it's been so nice getting a hold of you. Take care.